In visual arts and culture, the male gaze has traditionally presented women as the object of male attention and pleasure. But imagine that gaze from real men on a daily basis. Not everyone can begin to understand what it feels like, but one feminist hopes to shed light on the adverse impact sexism can have on how women view themselves. In her memoir, Sex Object, writer Jessica Valenti opens up about her struggles with sexism from childhood to adulthood. She joins us now to discuss sexism's daily toll on women and to give us a look at the state of feminism today in the beginning of the Trump administration. Jessica, welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me.
All right, so first, with this book, it's got a very provocative title. So first, just take us through why you chose Sex Object.
You know, I had a lot of doubts about choosing the title because I sort of could preemptively think about what the criticism would be. And I was right, you know, this idea, she considers herself a sex object. She's paying herself some sort of compliment. But that's actually why I wanted to have that be the title, because being an object is not a compliment, right? We want to be considered full human beings. But still, I think that despite all the gains that feminism has made, this idea of being sexually objectified as something women might want is still really prevalent in our culture.
Well, take us back to some of your experiences. And your book does have some pretty graphic, like R-rated experiences in there. But I want to go back to the beginning. When did you first realize that you were viewed as a sex object?
You know, I think like a lot of women, it was when I was a girl, not a woman, right? When I was 12, 13 years old, I started noticing grown men, looking at me a certain way, talking to me a certain way. I grew up in New York City, so I took the subways, and so there was a lot of sort of daily harassment that maybe you wouldn't get if you grew up in a different place. But I actually think that this is something that most women and girls deal with, is this sort of recognition that people see us in a particular way and that people sexualize us from the time that we're very young. And what I really wanted to get at in the book was not just the impact that has on you in that moment, in that day, but the cumulative effect of what it means to grow up with sexism like that.
Well, I certainly would agree with that. I believe most young girls are given their own talk once they reach puberty about the way the world is going to view you. But not just about sex object. Are there other ways that sexism has manifested itself in your life? Oh, my goodness, of course, right?
Like a lot of people, I've experienced workplace discrimination, harassment, not just, on the street, but in school. And again, I think that this is something that almost all women face to one extent or another. And while we've made so much progress and so much has changed, even over the last 10 years when it comes to feminism and misogyny, we still are in this place where we have a lot of work that still needs to be done.
Well, as you mentioned this place that we're in right now, I do want to ask, where's the state of feminism now, particularly under this new administration?
You know, I think it's both more powerful than ever, but also more in danger than ever. This administration is explicitly misogynist, extraordinarily sexist. The president that we have is probably the most explicitly sexist president that we've ever had in history. But at the same time, you're seeing this sort of outpouring of feminist activism like we haven't seen in years. And that really gives me a lot of hope for the future and the way that we're going to fight back against whatever this administration tries to do in terms of rolling back women's rights.
Okay, very quickly, because we only have a few seconds left, but what is it that you would want readers to take away from this book? Because feminism, being a feminist isn't just for women. Men and women can participate.
Absolutely. I think if I wanted them to take anything from the book, it's that we absolutely can change things. Just because things can be hard, both for women and for men, doesn't mean that it needs to stay that way. We have the ability and I hope the desire to make things better.
All right. Well, listen, Jessica, thank you so much for taking time to speak with us. And your book, provocative as the title is, I think will be very eye-opening for a lot of people. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thanks so much.